Welcome back to part 8 of my Let's Build Haunted House Dark Ride using Planet Coaster. And in this episode, I finish off more of the house. Well, I more or less finish the house. I go on to the garden, or more importantly, the catacombs, mausoleum, crypt, graveyard area that exits back onto the exit of the ride. Thinking back, I think I've said this before, but I'll say it again. It should be designed the other way around, and it's too late to change that. I refuse to change that once I pretty much did the predominantly of hell. So if you can suspend your disbelief in the fact that you go through to hell first, and then go into the house, and then go into a catacomb, and then go back out of the house, out of the ride, then this ride will work very well. It makes a lot more sense to go into some catacombs and then go into hell. But I will probably revisit this sort of thing when the game is released and there's a horror theme, which I am counting on. I'm really hoping, guys, horror theme, please horror theme. That's all I really want in these games is Victorian horror stuff. Then I will make another dark ride with all the scenery and blah 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 that they hopefully will be giving us, and that will hopefully be a lot less excruciating and a lot more fun, because this part was the most excruciating part. I know I've laid a lot of rocks, but that pales in comparison to figuring out what to use a chair, like what to make a chair out of, what to make a table out of, what to make a bed out of, which is very few and far between stuff that looks good enough for me to be happy with. I am a perfectionist at heart in this case, and if it doesn't look quite right enough for me, I hate it, and I don't want to show anyone. But since this wonderful little series is being viewed by, I think now 150 people on my subscription list, whoop, big it up to you guys are awesome. I think I have to push this a bit further. I think, if I wasn't showing this on the internet, if I wasn't showing this to anyone, I would have been like, fuck it, and just given up. But this is great that I have this channel, because it means I don't give up on things, and I push them until I am literally tearing out my hair. But all in all, I am very happy with the state in which the house is looking now. I think you can sort of tell what I'm going for, sort of. The house sort of internal designs using, like friezes and buttresses and pillars and stuff, that looks okay. But there are no hanging portraits, there are no, clocks, there are no curtains, there are, these kind of things that really make a house the way it should look. There are no cobwebs, there are no, rotten things, dusty things, and this kind of stuff that I would really, really appreciate having. That being said, I am very happy with how it's looking. And, I tried to push it as far as I could. I tried to create sections in walls that lights behind light up, and these kind of things you can see when I move on to the bedroom, which is this room that you can see right now. I tried to make all the rooms a bit different and a bit more interesting. I used these pedestals, I think they are, as columns, and I'm quite happy with the way they look. They have some sort of Greek or Egyptian revival thing going on there, and I revisited that in the catacomb part, which, as I said in the last episode, is based on Highgate Cemetery and Bethnal Green Cemetery, which uses a lot of Greek and Egyptian revival, and I think that's the sort of thing I picture in my head when I think of creepy old graveyards. These temples of the dead, these little houses of the dead, with doors and blacked out windows, and there's a real personal fear of mine to be buried alive and locked inside a big concrete building that no one could even get into quickly enough to let you out. And to me, that is absolutely terrifying. So that's what I'm going for there. This is the dungeon room I'm working on. So this man who lives in the house, this serial killer theater man, would bury people alive in the catacombs, in the crypts, and people could hear knocks coming from inside the stone catacombs, but no one really believed it was anyone in there. This kind of thing is going on. I don't know. But I have to say, I am pretty happy with the way it's turning out. I'm happy with it. I'm still going to do the roof, and I think I might make a little joke time lapse of the roof placement or something, some Benny Hill music or something, because it's like a bit ridiculous, guys. You know, like, I don't know. Or maybe some sort of, you know, still photographs of that, which will happen. But I can absolutely not do that until I'm 100% sure that every little bit of detailing has been done. As I said in the last episode, I cannot remove certain things afterwards, after a long time of building them. I have placed inside the haunted house itself, inside the queue area, some wall segments and some floor segments that should not be there. I could not for the life of me click on them. I think it's a bit buggy. But in that regard, I have to sort of just work with it. So I'm doing the walkthrough of the haunted house. If I haven't managed to fix it, there will be some parts where the people walk through boards and stuff. Only twice, as it happens, but it's gonna be, it bugs me a lot. But hey, this happens to me in a few simulation games. It's not the only game that does that, and it's happened a lot worse in other games as I've been growing up. It's actually a feature that's a bit better these days, but still. And I should point out that I love the bed. That looks like a bed, yes. That, you know, everything else, meh. As you can see, the tables and the chairs and stuff, meh. But that bed, it looks like something you could sleep in, you know. And a bit, I put some of these, you know, these wrist bracelets, these hanging bracelets. I don't know. Maybe this guy was into some S&M crap or something. I don't know. But I thought it could work. I don't know. But all in all, I'm you know, I'm happy. I'm satisfied. I'm just looking forward to calling it a day and being, this is a job well done, and I don't have to ever think about this kind of thing for a long time to come, because it can get a bit repetitive, you know, rock placements. You know, I'm pretty sure they're gonna release bigger rocks and bigger patches of grass and these kind of things. So this level of detailing won't always be necessary. It's just in this stage where we don't have everything to work with. Sacrifices of time must be made. So I think I will leave it there, because I've waffled on long enough and you more or less understand what's going to happen. And I will see you, well, let me just say first that I think it will be another few parts. I'm sorry to say, you're gonna have to wait another few more times to ride the ride. But I promise you, I really promise you, it's worth the wait. Because if I didn't wait, it would probably be like, ugh, you know, things hanging there and things that shouldn't be there, and that's that sort of thing. So I'm really, really hoping to get everything done before I put the roof on. It's going to be a dreaded day when that happens, but when it happens, it better be completely finished. It really better be. It has to be. So I will leave it there, and I will see you in part 9. And hopefully this will be a nice 10-part series. You know, it will be an even number, and we won't have to, you know, it won't be 11 or 13. Hopefully it will be 10. And I will make the on-ride separate. Just a word of warning in case you're wondering on the last episode where the on-ride is. I will plan to release the on-ride the same day as the last part, just so you guys don't have to wait another day. Because I understand, I hate waiting too, and I think it's annoying to wait for things. I mean, everyone bloody hates waiting for things, don't you guys? So I will leave it there, and I will see you in part 10, and I hope you enjoyed the rest of this video and the rest of the time lapse. Not 10, 9, derp. Wow, you made it to the end. If you like what you see, click here for more or subscribe if you want.